Yeah, hi there. I'm in Lower Saxon. Well, Lower Saxon is a proud country. So it's a proud part of Germany. And the history of Lower Saxon goes far back. So it goes back to the old Saxons. The old Saxons 1,300, 1,400 and 500 years ago. So this part of Germany, this was called Germania Magna. So that meant that this wasn't a part of the Roman Empire before. So it was barbaric territory from a Roman view. Smoking here near Verden, this place here is called Saxony. I talk about that pretty soon. But first I'm going to show you what I smoke. So in this territory called the Barbaric territory, of course, smoking Barbary Coast by Pease. It's a fine tobacco. So it's a burley-based tobacco. It's done with burley, red Virginia, some Perique in it, and it's done by GLP. It's really pretty fine tobacco. Slightly topping of brandy, and it's good for these cold days when you are outside, on a hike perhaps or something like that. So it really fits. So it is a cube cut, and although I'm not a huge fan of cube cuts, but this one burns pretty well. It's pretty fine. I show you the tobacco. So it has subtle notes of the brandy, but it's not too aggressive in any way. So it's more subtle. And the burley really comes through, so you really can feel the burley tobacco, and a slightly sweetness of the Virginia. So it's a fine taste. So the location, well, I was here with some students 2 hours ago, and we talked about history here in Lower Saxon and Germany and these sites here, these memorial sites. So you see a lot of stones here around. So, and these stones are here for a reason. So in the 8th century, so 1,200 years ago, Charles the Great, Karl der Große, or Charlemagne, how the French call him, he decided he decided to start an attack on the Saxon territory. We're not pretty sure why he did it. So some say it was because he wanted to spread Christianity here. Well, we're not pretty sure about that. Perhaps it was for the silver that was here in the earth or something else. And these Saxons, to be honest, they weren't really peaceful people. So there were many combats on the front line between the Frankish territory, which was a civilization and an upcoming empire, and the Saxons, who were barbarians from the side of from the view of the Frankish kings. So, and this war was incredible. So it took more than 30 years for Charles the Great to conquer that territory, and it was really a bloody thing to do. So on both sides. So well, incredible battle. So every year after year, with many people, with many dead on the ground at the end. So at the end of the war, half of the population of Saxon, which is Lower Saxony today, died in that war. So, and then it became part of the Frankish Empire, and then of the German Empire, and 150 years later, they were in charge of the whole empire. So that's also a story of success. So it's a story about losing a battle, but it's also a story about success. So, and you might wonder what I have here. So what this is the typical weapon of the Saxons. I show you that. So they got their names from that weapon. So that weapon is called a sax. It's a machete. It's some kind of machete. So it's a weapon used by farmers, by simple people with simple lives, just on the countryside and just taking care of their farms and their families. They were used to live as free people here, but not in a romantic way. So that was a stressful life. So struggling with the nature, with the elements. So that was really not an easy life. So but they were free people because there were many people around. So on the territory that's today Germany, we have 82 million inhabitants. And in the old days, so 1,200 years ago, there were only 2.4 million people on the whole territory. So there were many people around. So in this place here is very special, so because during the Nazi time, they misused this history, and they built up here a memorial place for the old Saxons. So they wanted to become Saxon, a new center of where they have a spiritual life before the Christianity. So they wanted to go back on the old days with Germanic gods and all these things. So, yeah, sounds strange, but it is like that. So, and they built it up this kind of memorial place. So they ordered the farmers around that area where I am to bring heavy stones here. So they wanted to have 4,500 stones, and it's no coincidence. So the number 4,500 that refers on an old source that says that Charlemagne, so Charles the Great, he killed 4,500 Saxons to bring them down. So some kind of revenge for a lost battle. But as historians, we are not sure that this is really true, that this is a true story. We're not sure about that. So anyway, the legend has it, rumor has it, and people here in this region, they pretty much believe in that up to today. So they don't have many friendly words for Charles the Great, believe me. So. Yeah, they like to remember their old leaders. So Widukind was the leader of the resistance of the Saxons in these old days, and they remember that. And this is what this place was built for. Yeah, and today, yeah, it's a place for a little hike on the Sunday, or to go out with family in a beautiful forest. So it's a very peaceful place today. I'll show you around. So, there you see many old trees here and all those heavy stones, and you can go in a large circle around here. So it goes on both sides, so it goes down this way here, and here on the other side. Oh, sun is breaking through. That would be nice. So yeah, I don't know exactly how many meters or even kilometers that is, but well, it's a nice walk. And in the middle of that whole thing, so these, you see this place here, this was built as a symbol for an old ting place, or a place where the old Saxons came together, decided about war and peace and so on. And there you see in the middle, I don't think you can see that, but today there are fields, open fields. So there's some kind of river here. Yeah, so it's some kind of memorial place today for old Germanic history. Yeah. So, that's it. Perhaps you give the Barbary Coast a shot. It's really fine tobacco. Oh, I like those GRPs tobaccos. So, I don't know, many of these GRPs tobaccos are the kind of favorite to me, so I think they're fine backies. So perhaps you give that a shot, and perhaps you watch out for historical sites nearby or at your location. Think about that. So hope that it wasn't too long about those old battles and this old kind of history. And I hope you are well. Take care and perhaps see you again.